Hi and welcome to my tutorial about scripting. My name is Martin. I'm the developer of RPG tools and today I will show you the basics of scripting. So to get started, I will show you how it works using the itch.io launcher, but of course it also works if you just download it manually. So at first you need to locate the folder where you installed your tools. You can do that here. And then navigate to the data scripts folder. And I use Visual Studio Code, which is free to use. And I can totally recommend it. So if you use that, then you can just right click open with code. And this should open all the scripts you have there. It asks you once if you want to trust this folder. So you should just do that in that case, and then you can see all the Lua scripts which are built in. And you can ignore the subfolders for now. I can just quickly go through them. So the debug folder just contains internal debug scripts, and the example folder, that's more interesting. It contains a couple of tests I created to test some functions. So if you're interested to see how some functions work or which functions are available, that's a good start. Most of the scripts just do one basic thing. For example, the audio script just shows how to play music using the path and things like that. So that's meant to be browsed by you or for me to run quick tests. And in the UI folder, there are a lot of scripts which are used by the example project for the custom UI. I will explain that in a later tutorial. Now we will focus on these scripts. These are meant to be reusable, so you can use them, or you can also copy them and create your own version of them if you want. Let's start with a very simple script, the horizontal movement script. And now I will explain you how scripts basically work in the engine. So there are three main functions. One is called load parameters. That's the first function which is called if your script contains it, so it's not mandatory to have it. But here you can define parameters you want to use in your script. And these parameters can be set by the user. You can also provide a default value and a description. So here the script, as the name implies, executes horizontal movement, and you can configure the speed, which is the horizontal movement speed in pixels per second. And the default value is 10 pixels per second. So this function is called, and then the parameter is set to the speed variable. Afterwards, when the script is started, the init function is called once. Here you can do some basic initialization. In this case, the script doesn't need any initialization code, but just as an example, that is how you can print a value. So it will be part of the log file. And then for every update, so for every frame, the update function is called, and here you can execute your custom logic. The script should be attached to an object, and every object script exposes a variable called object, and the object variable gives you access to a lot of things related to objects like the position and the image and the scaling, the alpha value, and a lot of things like that. So here we just increase the object.x using the speed multiplied by the current delta time. So that's the time that has passed between this frame and the last frame. And then we just have a simple check which checks if it's out of bounds. So once it's on the right side, it will be set to minus 200. That's just a test value. Maybe it could be another parameter, but yeah, that's how it works. And now we'll show you how you can use that in the engine. So we will launch the tool. Then we can test it on the fly. That is an example project. I will just use an object too big. Yeah, let's use this one. And I will place it, press escape and select it. And now I can assign the script here. So when you expand the engine folder, then you see the script value here, which is currently not set. And then you can click on Browse Presets, which gives you access to all the scripts I created. So we can just use the horizontal movement here and then expand the parameters node. And then you can see the speed value, which is 10. And then we can just try it out. Start with UI and just test it. Yeah, and now it moves as it should. And of course, you can change the parameters here as you like. Yep. You can also do changes on the fly, so you don't need to restart the engine when you do script changes. But scripts which are already running won't be reloaded. But any script which is launched will automatically use the newest version. So you can quickly iterate on that. So let's test that quickly. For example, I could just change the script to also increase the y variable just for testing, and then I saved. Yep, now it falls down. But if you want to change scripts, of course, it's not a good idea to change the scripts which are part of the tool. In this case, you can copy them to your own folder. I can quickly show you how that works. Let's click on Reveal in File Explorer. And now I copy the file. And the quickest way to find the scripting folder is to just click on Browse, which will automatically open the Data Scripts folder of your project. I'm currently working in the example project, which is built in, but you have your own folder, most possibly. And now I can just click here and paste the script. And I can add the whole folder to Visual Studio Code, so it would also appear here. Can click on Add Folder to Workspace and paste the folder here. Add, rust it again, and now the new script appears here. So let's get rid of this change. So now here we have our modified version. And when you click on Browse, you can select it. Yeah, it's still open. So that's the basic workflow regarding scripts. And there are also different types of scripts. So as you just saw, you can just attach scripts to objects or to units, which gives you a lot of possibilities to have custom logic for these. There are also global scripts, which I also use in my example project. For example, the script global shortcuts. I can quickly show you how that works. This is just a list of global functions which can be executed via input action. So in this case, we have the quick save and the pause function currently, but it will be a bigger list when there are more features. And input actions are defined here. So we have quick save, which is assigned to the key Q, for example. And the script just checks if the input action is active and then executes the function related to that. So in this case, the quick save. And the script, it works similar as object script, so it also has an init method or init function. We could also have parameters, but in this case we don't need any. And then we have the update function, which is called every frame. So you can assign global scripts there. And then we have hero scripts. These ones will be attached to all heroes, no matter which class they have. For these, there is a very simple script I created, the refill mana script. I already adjusted it in the newest version, so the speed is a parameter. And it just has an update function here, so no init and no parameters. And it just sets the mana stat to the current mana stat plus the current delta time multiplied by the speed. So the speed defines the mana points you get back per second. And the stat handling will automatically take care of the maximum mana, so there is nothing else to do for the script. So this is a very simple script example for the heroes. And the other one is physics movement. This is a bit more complex and maybe a bit too complex for the first scripting tutorial. But if you want to take a look at it, the script handles movement via arrow keys and the jump function. So the evade roll animation is triggered by that. And it also needs a bit of cleanup. But yeah, this function handles this stuff, the hero movement stuff with the keyboard. And there are also engine scripts which allow you to create plugins for the engine basically. So you can create your own UI, your own editors, you can save files. So it would allow you to have custom tools. Okay, that's it for the first tutorial of scripting. I will show you more complex stuff in the future. Thanks for listening. Bye.